the first one.
Like the biggest match of my career. Like I'm literally in tears right now. I don't know what to say. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sahaja. See you again.
Being the biggest win of your career, but could you just tell us the experience of playing this WTA tournament, the level that you sort of dished out and also received, and to win in a level like that?
I mean, of course, as you all know, I'm a wild card here in the tournament. First of all, I would like to thank LTA and Shubhar sir for giving me this opportunity to play on this big stage. Because before, I mean, the level is very high. Of course, you're seeing it, but to just be around them, you start believing it. Okay, I belong here. You see them, you play with them, and you get that confidence sort of thing, and then you go on to the match like thinking, okay, you can do this. I was telling myself that I can do this, even though she's the first seed. She's top 100. I've never played a top 100 player before. It's my first match playing a top 100, and just coming out there, just giving it. I just wanted to give everything out there and see what happens. In the end, I got a couple match points. I was like shaking in the point. Oh my God, like I'm winning this, And then I'm really glad that I was able to pull it off. I mean, Kayla was a really good player. Is also a really good player, so I'm happy to be able to pull it off.
Hi Sahaja, first congrats on your win. It was an amazing performance. How much confidence does a win like this give you going forward? I mean, not just competing with a top 100 player, but now you know that you can take them out as well. So going into the future, how much will this win help you?
Of course, it's big. It's big for me, especially at this point of my career. Like it's the prime time, and getting this win at this point is very motivating. It's really pushing me to do better, push harder in practices, and really go out there and get more wins and in the big stage. So I'm really happy to get this.
Playing, so as you mentioned, first time you were playing, she was the top seed in. I think the rankings will show, she's ranked, I think, more than 240 places higher. But one didn't get the. So when you were on court out there, were you also surprised by the level that you produced? Because you didn't hold back. I think whenever, from what we could see, whenever she was dropping the ball short, you were going for it. You had the confidence to go for your shots. Did any part of your play kind of surprise you, the way you were playing against an opponent like that?
I mean, not really, because I know I can produce this. It's all mental at the end of the day. I was just preparing myself like I can do this. Like, I know I can do this because I was in the same position before against. I mean, not top 100 player, but top 200 player, and then I get this close and then not come on the winning side. And then this time I'm like, because at that time I was a little bit less confident. Like I wasn't sure I could win that. But this time, like all those experiences helped me this match to go into that thinking like I can do this, I can beat anyone here. I was that confident and just going for it. So I wasn't surprised. Like I knew I could produce that level.
Could you just say which part of your games you've sort of developed? Because you obviously have gone through the college route, American college route. PBI, I think, has taken your career leaps and bounds. So what aspect of your game has improved over the last couple of years?
I think for sure it's the fitness. First of all, physical strength I've built a lot over the years, and then my forehand has been the biggest strength in my game, and the serve. Lately I've been working a lot on my serve because I have big ground strokes, as you saw, but my serve was very decent, so I was working on that for the past couple of weeks, and today I was able to serve better than my last matches. So yeah, those are the things that have been, they've been strength in my game.
You lost the first second set 6-1. It looked a little one-sided the score-wise. Can you tell us what was going through your head at the end of that? Like, what were you feeling at the end of the second set?
At the end of the second
set?
I mean, a second set was I didn't play very well. Like she was solid, and I was doing some unforced errors, and I wasn't able to hit the same ball like I was hitting in the first set, and she was able to control every point. And I was just like, okay, this has to stop. Like, you know, I cannot let her dominate. Like, third set, I'm just gonna go for everything, just hit my balls and not hold back. And if I make it, then I win. If I don't, it's okay because the match is on my racket. So that's all I was thinking.
Before that final game, so you know, serving out that final game is what went through you. You know, when you got the break, because you were knocking on the door. You know, I think you had break points, and you managed to save I think 1 or 2, and then you got the break. So you know, how difficult was it to? You spoke about some past experiences where you had. You know, how difficult was it to close out that game? And your thoughts when you saw that ball, kind of land. I'm sure you were hoping it lands long, the match point.
Yeah, I mean, the before game where I broke her serve, I wasn't thinking about the score at all. I was just playing, 1 point at a time. Even though I lost it, I just stayed in. But the last game, I kind of felt my nerves, especially when I had match points, because it was just anyone at that point would feel those nerves. So I was just like, and at deuce, I'm like, okay, I cannot do this. I'm just gonna go for it, because I was kind of holding back, hoping for her to miss. But it's not gonna happen at this level. So I was just like, okay, I have to take charge and I have to, create my opportunity. And then I was just going for it. And then in the end, that ball landing out, I was like, thank you, So
Sahaja, you said that you must have seen the number 1 player against your name when you saw the draw. So you must have known that it was a challenge ahead of you. So what was your game plan coming into the match, and what were certain aspects of your game that you were looking to execute today?
I mean, I've seen Kayla play before, especially when I was in US. I was watching a lot of her matches. I didn't play her, but I've seen her play, and I've been wanting to play her actually, and I was kind of happy that I drew her, because I wanted to really see where I stand, at game level. And then I was thinking, okay, at this game it all comes down to if I make my shots or not. Because if I make my shots, then I know I can win that, and especially my forehand. So I was just like, okay, I just have to stay in, just step in and just rip those balls and serve, stay solid, and that's all I was thinking. Nothing else. No ranking, no points, like no seeds, nothing.
2 years ago you were ranked in the thousands. Now you're number 2 in 300. Now that you know you have the level, you can now just compete with beat these players. Where do you see yourself, in terms of where you can be in a couple of years? Top 150, top 100. Where do you see yourself?
I mean, I don't want to say a ranking like a number. Of course, like I want to build on this, keep working on my game. I think there's still a lot more to learn and a lot more things to improve. There's always things to improve. So I just want to, take this match, take the confidence and motivation and keep going. And I want to, at the end of the year, I want to play the Grand Slams, at least the qualies, get into them. So that's my goal. So I'm going to keep working hard and keep going towards it.
And what's the goal now for this week? As in having.
I have no expectations, nothing. I'm just gonna, come in on Wednesday and just play like how I played today and see what happens.
Thank you.
Thank you.